One of the most common questions that I received on my Kitasan banner video was, how can I get enough carats to hit 200 pulls and spark one guaranteed copy of Kitasan? In this video, I'm going to walk through a wide range of the methods that you can use to gather carats, both limited time bonuses available right now and evergreen sources that you can always work on. As a JP player of 4 years, I've learned how to search the couch cushions for every last carat in order to pull high priority banners. I've used these same methods to reach over 31,000 carats in global, and that's after doing 60 pulls across support and character banners so far. A few of these methods depend on how many trainees you have. For this video, I'll assume that you have 17 trainees. That's all of the 1 and 2 star trainees plus 1 3-star. If you have more than that, you'll likely be able to earn even more carats. The methods detailed here are capable of providing over 26,000 carats in total, excluding some of the tougher to estimate and less reliable methods. However, there are a few important caveats to keep in mind. First, you probably already completed or claimed some of these rewards. That would naturally reduce how many carats that you can still grind from the sources that I will cover in this video. Unfortunately, I can't give you a specific estimate for your situation since I don't know which missions and sources that you've already cleared. I recommend scanning through this guide and noting which methods are still available to you. That will give you a realistic idea of what you can still earn. Second, some of these methods involve a good bit of grinding. These strategies can definitely get you 26,000 carats over time, but doing it all within the 2-week window of the Kitasan banner would require a serious time commitment. Third, there may be additional free-to-play carats that are added during the banner period. So far, the developers have been generous with surprise login bonuses, events, and giveaways, and that's actually how I got to 31,000 carats myself. The methods in this guide will cover around 26,000 carats, but much of the rest came from those unexpected bonuses. So I want to be clear, this guide isn't meant to promise that you'll hit 30,000 carats by the time that the Kitasan banner ends. Instead, I'm here to highlight some sources that you may not have tapped into yet so that you can focus your efforts and make that final push to 30,000. The good news is, most of these methods don't require top tier support cards, so you can pursue them no matter what your starting point is. For each method, I'll break down the carat value, difficulty, and time cost, and there are timestamps if you want to skip around. So let's get started. The first set of methods comes from launch limited campaigns, so capitalize on these before they expire. Let's begin with the Start the Races login bonus campaign. This campaign is simple. It provides 300 carats once per week for those logging in during the availability period. For current players, it can provide up to 600 carats, 300 from the number 5 bonus that started on July 14th, and another 300 for players that log in from 3 p.m. on July 16th until July 23rd. On top of that, as part of Release Celebration 2, this game is providing 150 carats per day for logging in up to 10 times between July 4th and September 24th. If you haven't collected these already, this can add up to 1,500 carats as well. Both of these sources are by far the easiest and quickest carats that you can get. In addition, there are 2 missions in the Release Celebration 1 and 2 campaigns that grant 100 carats each. The first is by getting 3 or more plushies from the claw machine game, and the second is by entering a daily race from the brackets 6 through 8. These will be completed passively without even trying, so consider them a bonus. Related to these starting events, if you click on the missions icon from the main menu and head over to the Special tab, you will see the new trainer missions. These are being held until July 22nd and provide 750 carats total if you complete all of the missions. These are pretty straightforward as they simply require you to complete specific races and get into the top 3. Many will be completed through training naturally, but if you see a mission with a race that you don't usually run, find a horse girl that can run that race and complete it. This takes a bit of time, but it shouldn't be too difficult. The next method will be covered in a video that I currently have in the works, but starting from July 16th until August 1st, the brand new Friends event will be held. Assuming that they use the same approach as Japan, by reaching the benchmark amount of story points currently displayed on screen, players will be able to earn up to 710 jewels and 2 support card tickets by farming the story event to completion. Points in this story event are earned by completing trainings, and it can definitely take a while to earn the full 700,000 points. However, it is a method that doesn't require a top tier support deck, it just needs grinding during the event period. I would assert that this is a relatively easy method that just takes a lot of time to complete. It should be noted that by reaching 700,000 points in the story event, you will also get access to many other resources, including copies of the story SR and SSR support cards. Grinding the required story points as well will more than unlock all 8 chapters of the story narrative, and opening these stories, even if you click skip afterwards, will grant you a few hundred carats as well as a second copy of the SSR support card. Let's turn now to some of the more permanent ways to earn carats. Starting with the most obvious one, simply logging into the game every day provides you with carats through the daily login bonuses, which provide a total of 110 carats per week, with 20 carats awarded on the 1st, 3rd, and 5th days that you log in, and 50 awarded for your 7th login day. Literally effortless and available as long as the game goes on. Similarly, by completing your dailies, finishing one career mode training, participating in team trials PvP once, and running 3 or more daily races, you can gain up to 30 carats for free each day. This is a pretty easy way to add a little bit each day if you are consistently playing. For full disclosure, there is also a small chance that you will earn a present when you win in the team trials races, which can reward small amounts of carats. In addition, completing races in career mode can even result in carats as a reward. However, these methods are not reliable as they are completely random and only add a small amount of jewels, so I would consider this as more of a bonus than a farming route. While we are focused on team trials, you can earn carats on a weekly basis from PvP in a few ways. Getting promoted to a new class for the first time awards a generous one-time bonus of carats and friend points. You can view how many carats you stand to gain from the next promotion by clicking on the Class Rewards button in the Team Trials page and seeing what rewards you have not yet cleared. In addition, you gain a fixed amount of carats and friend points each week based on your class and whether you remained in the same class, were promoted, or were demoted. The rewards get better the higher up in class you go, so do what you can to reach classes 5 and 6 to take advantage of these recurring rewards. This can be tougher without a strong support deck, but if you are already raising trainees for team trials, this requires no additional effort to achieve. Finally, by adding stronger veterans to your team trials team, you will reach ranks based on the total points of the 15 racers that you have on your team. Reaching certain thresholds of points grants you a carat bonus. For instance, once I retrain my teams and reach A rank, I will receive 250 carats as a reward. You can click on the rewards button yourself and see how many carats you stand to gain by building out your team. Note that the number of carats you earn per rank up increases as you climb the ranks, so these can add a lot after you have a strong team established. That being said, this requires somewhat strong support cards to start, as they are needed to build stronger Musume. But by taking these rewards and reinvesting them into support cards or characters, you can build your team gradually and take advantage of this dynamic. This brings us to story content. In addition to reading the stories of the limited time events that I mentioned at the start of this video, you can also gain carats by reading the main stories as well as the Musume stories for characters that you have unlocked. First, let's look at the main stories. There are currently 2 main stories available in-game focused on Majida McQueen and Rice Shower. Each main story requires you to read around 18 chapters and complete 4 races. Note that you don't actually need to read these, you can just open them and press skip. The races themselves are typically pretty easy for all players to clear. Completing each story in its entirety grants around 500 carats, as well as 1 copy of that story's SSR support card. I will cover these cards in detail another time, but these are a boon to free-to-play players as they don't require gacha pulling in order to max limit break them. With 2 stories currently available, completing both should add 1,000 carats to your stash and require minimal time to complete. On the other hand, Musume stories can be a useful source of carats but take much more time to complete. Each Musume has 7 chapters to their story, and reading each chapter awards you carats. The first 4 chapters are available to any trainer that has that character unlocked. In addition, these first 4 chapters are available to all trainers while that character's banner is active, so make sure to read the first 4 chapters of each banner Musume while they are available for easy carats. Each of the first 4 chapters grants 20 carats, so that is 80 free carats for merely opening the story. Chapters 5, 6, and 7 require you to build bond with that horse girl, either through training together or having her gain fans through team trials races. Typically, completing one training with a new horse girl will raise her to bond level 1, which unlocks story chapter 5. In order to reach her final 7th chapter, however, you will need to build to bond level 6, which is done through completing multiple trainings. Reading each of chapters 5, 6, and 7 will grant 50 carats per chapter, which brings the total carats earned per Musume to 230 carats upon completing their full story. This means that you will want to complete trainings with every horse girl that you have. Raising each horse girl's bond to level 6 will grant significant carats when repeated for your entire roster. In addition, training in this manner will complete a number of main missions, which I will cover shortly. But first, let's cover one of my favorite methods to gain carats. Although it is not repeatable, completing your trophy collection provides a total of 7,620 carats, excluding Legends Race trophies. For this reason, trophies deserve their own video, but I will cover the basics here. Beating each G3, G2, G1, URA finals, and Legends race for the first time will unlock a trophy for that race. This trophy can then be viewed in the trophy room later. Beating a G3 race provides 30 carats, so completing all 69 G3 races provides a total of 2,070 carats. Beating a G2 race provides 50 carats, and completing all 36 G2 races provides 1,800 carats. Beating a G1 race provides 100 carats, and so completing all 30 G1 races provides 3,000 carats total. And finally, winning URA finals races for each distance awards 150 carats each, and completing all 5 distances provides 750 carats total. Finally, for each Legends race that you complete, you will gain an EX trophy, which, like the URA finals trophies, awards 150 carats. So if you participated in this last Legends event, for example, you gained 450 carats from that alone. Completing these races is not exceptionally difficult, but it can take some time and strategy. However, by being intentional about identifying and participating in races where you are missing trophies, you can complete this more quickly. This will be covered in a separate video discussing how to complete your trophy collection. Let's now take a look at the hub for carat earning missions, the main missions tab. By clicking the missions icon from the home screen and moving to the main tab, you can see a giant list of activities that you can complete to earn free-to-play carats. If you have already started some of the activities that I have mentioned in this video, you will already have some of these complete. However, it's worth diving into these in more detail to see where you can synergize your efforts. Note that for a lot of these missions, you will gain gradual rewards, so it is worth doing what you are able to complete at this moment and finishing what you can't at a later date. A list of all main missions can be found at the link in the description. First, let's cover the basic missions. You can gain 30 carats for simply changing your home companion. To do so, go to the home screen, click the change icon in the top left corner, and then select your waifu as your adjutant if you have her unlocked. Easy and quick 30 carats. Next, by joining a club, you will be able to complete a mission that is worth 150 carats. Note that there are more carats to be earned by joining a club, which I will cover later. You can also gain 90 carats total by altering your profile. You can add a birthday for 30, change your profile Musume for another 30, and your title for a final 30. These are 3 easy changes as well. Next, you can earn 30 carats by requesting a jukebox song. Simply swipe to the right side of the screen from home, click on the jukebox, and choose a song. I recommend Sakura Bakshin's song. Next, you can earn 100 free carats by going to the mission What Sakura Bakshin Owes Bakshin Advice and clicking the link there. You don't even have to watch the video, but by clicking the in-game link, you will complete the mission. The last easy way to earn free-to-play carats in the main missions tab is by linking your data. The game provides instructions on how to do this, so if you have an extra device that can play this game, follow the instructions to link and you can earn a relatively easy 1000 carats. Just be careful to back up your trainer data and password to avoid losing your account. You can also look up a guide if you want to be especially careful. Let's turn towards the more value-added missions. First, you can earn up to 600 carats for completing a single training with 30 race wins. There are multiple guides on how to accomplish this, but note that the races don't have to be G1, G2, or G3 to count. You can choose races that you know you can win, and you can train with a horse girl whose mode is easy to complete, and you will have this done pretty easily. Next, you can complete some of the famous triple crowns and other race pairings for a total of 1,350 carats. I will include a list of what races are included in each of the major triple crowns that I could confirm. I had difficulty finding which races some of the other missions were comprised of despite having completed them already. So if you have access to a full list of what races are needed to complete each mission, please post it in the comments section and I will make sure to include it in a pinned comment. Next up, let's talk about trophy-based main missions. You heard me right. Not only do you get carats for each individual trophy that you earn, but reaching certain amounts of trophies earned provides additional carats. This amount is up to 1,860 carats, which is awarded upon reaching 100 total trophies. This allows you to double dip based on the trophies that you farmed earlier in this video. In addition, as sort of a triple dip, collecting G1 trophies in particular completes a separate set of missions with a total of 630 carats granted for collecting 20 G1 trophies. All in all, if you collect all of the trophies, that provides a total of just over 10,000 carats, a huge boon that you should take advantage of. It isn't just collecting trophies that is synergistic. There are numerous main missions that get cleared by raising horse girl bond levels, which I covered in the story section of this video. First, for each good ending that you are able to attain for a trainee, you will complete a mission that is worth 50 carats, which provides 850 carats if you complete it for 17 Musume. This isn't too difficult, but it does take time. Next, each trainee that you reach bond level 1 with will have their own main mission completed in this tab, which awards an additional 50 carats per character. This is easy to accomplish by simply completing one career mode with that trainee. Third, raising bond levels provides additional carats by completing missions that clear based on the total number of bond levels raised in your roster. In this video's example, I assumed that you raised the bond level of 17 Musume to bond level 6. This is 102 level increases, and it would grant you 1,260 carats as a result. Finally, you can complete missions by raising trainees to 1 million fans. You should be close to, if not in excess of this fan level after reaching bond level 6. In our example, raising 17 Musume to 1 million fans provides a total of 350 carats, a nice bonus if you are already raising their bond levels to unlock the story. The above missions require a bit of a time commitment, and it is probably the toughest hurdle to reach in just 2 weeks. If you find yourself squeezed for time, you can get a good start on these character-focused missions by completing at least one training with each of your horse girls. This would complete the good ending mission, the bond level 1 mission, and it would give you a head start on the total bond level raised missions. The next section of main missions will require you to pull Gacha to complete, but if you are pulling on the Kitasan banner anyway, these can add some additional carats based on what you pull. Let's get into the details now. First, obtaining different support cards will provide a bonus of carats based on the number of cards unlocked. On the other hand, uncapping support cards provides a benefit based on the number of uncaps that you do. These are small bonuses, but you should unlock some of them if you decide to pull on the Kitasan banner. It should be noted that when I tested this in JP, it was better to uncap support cards one uncap at a time instead of all at once. For example, if you have a support card that you are able to uncap 4 times, you should uncap each limit break one at a time instead of doing all 4 at once in order to max out these missions. Let me know if you have heard differently or if you have tested it and determined that it makes no difference. On the trainee side, you get 50 carats for every 5 trainees that you add to your roster. It's much simpler, thank goodness. Finally, by unlocking trainees to their 5th star, which requires spending star pieces gained from the gacha or exchanged for via statues, you gain 50 carats per character. This requires quite a lot of pulls on each character to achieve, so I wouldn't really worry about this. It will unlock at its own pace. The final category of main missions are those that you complete naturally. These are basically just a bonus on top of your normal in-game activities. You don't need to target these, they will complete on their own with consistent play, and I don't account for them when considering ways to earn carats quickly, as detailed in this video. These missions include logging into the game. You get 150 carats for your first 30 days that you log in, 150 carats after you reach 50 days of being logged in, and then 150 carats for every 50 days that you log into the game after that. The next is completing career playthroughs. You gain carats for reaching specific thresholds, with 100 carats granted for every 50 playthroughs above 100 total. Next, by raising high-rank Musume in career mode, you will receive rewards upon your first time reaching the specific ranks of B, B+, A+, and so on. This is something that is much easier once you get stronger support cards. Finally, playing team trials consistently provides rewards once you participate in those races a fixed number of times. As we draw to a close, let's cover a few more miscellaneous ways that you can farm carats. The first of the miscellaneous methods pertains to the daily races. Similar to trophies, you will gain levels for the first time that you beat each one of the daily races, with the top level of each race providing 150 carats each. So, if you haven't completed all 3 difficulties of both daily races yet, you can take care of that for some easy carats. Next, I want to cover clubs. As I mentioned, joining a club grants 150 carats up front by completing a main mission. And while there are many benefits of joining a club, the main benefit in regards to carats comes from the monthly club reward. Based on your club's rank, which is determined by the total number of fans earned by club members during that month, you will gain a set number of carats and club points, up to 3,000 each for the top 10 clubs. Find a club whose training intensity matches your own, and this can be a nice bonus at the start of each month. Just note, you have to be a member of a club for 14 days or more in order to get this bonus, so if you are already in a club in the latter half of the month, it is probably better to stay in that club to collect the reward at the start of the month and then move to a new one if you are so inclined. And finally, by increasing the archive level, you can earn free carats as a bonus. There are numerous ways to increase the archive level, and if you are following the other methods mentioned in this guide, it will increase on its own. So, check the archive every once in a while, and you will be rewarded with bonus carats. And that's the last of the methods that I will cover in this guide. Now you understand why I describe these methods as scraping the couch cushions for quarters. I hope your journey to save carats pays off, whether you are targeting the Kitasan banner or saving for your favorite horse girl. Before concluding, I want to provide one tip for Dolphins. If you do not mind spending on the game, the monthly pack provides pretty good value, with 500 paid carats awarded up front and 50 free-to-play carats awarded every day during its durations. If that fits within your budget, I can easily recommend it. It is certain that I have not included everything in this list, so let me know what you are doing to farm carats ahead of Kitasan that I might not have mentioned. In addition, there are more methods to come in the coming months, with events such as Champions Meeting adding more opportunities to earn carats. I will cover these as they become available, so please feel free to subscribe for more information on that. Thanks for watching, and best of luck with your Kitasan pulls.